estimating sums and differences. So we're not going to do actual answers today. We're going to get close to the actual answer. So we'll probably use rounding today. We're going to round. We just learned rounding in our last unit and place value. So now we're going to try to use it when we're adding and subtracting. Here's an example. 48 plus 96. Why don't we round these to the nearest 10? So here, we'll write that. Nearest 10. Okay. So I'm going to look at 48. I'm going to say, okay, is 48 closer to 40 or closer to 50? Hopefully we know that is closer to 50. Then I'm going to look at 96. So I'm looking at the tens place. Here's the tricky part. Is it going to be closer to 90? Or if it goes up a group of 10, is it going to be closer to 100? And 96 is closer to 100. And then most of us, we can do this in our head. We would say, oh, that means it is about 150. So we're using our math skills to estimate what the actual answer is. Now, this won't be the actual answer if we did 48 plus 96, which I'll show you in a different video. The actual way, or the algorithm way to add these together, we won't get 150, but this is about the right answer. And that's all we're looking for today. We're getting close. All right, how about this one? 379 plus 562. We could do this a couple of different ways. We could round to the closest 10, or we may say, well, I don't need to be that precise. I want to round to the nearest 100. So if we start with tens, we're going to look at our tens place. We're going to say, oh, that's closest to 380. And if we look at this one, we say, oh, that's closer to 560. Now you can see this isn't very easy to do in our noggin. 80 plus 60 or 380 plus 560 may not be easy for you to do the math in your head. So then we may have to do some different stuff. So I don't know if I would like to do this one or not if I'm just trying to estimate. But we'll go ahead and do it. So there we go. Boop-doo. 5, 6, 9. So we think it is close to 940. But look at all this complicated work we had to do. I may be able to do this in your head, but that doesn't mean you can do it in your head, or my daughter could do it in the head, or my cousin, or my nephew, or whatever. So we're going to round it to the nearest 100 this time and see if that makes it easier. So we're looking at the hundreds place. Is 379 closer to 300 or 400? I think it's closer to 400. And then is 562 closer to 500 or 600? I think it's closer to 600. This one I can do in my head, because even if I imagine that these zeros aren't here and I'm just doing 6 plus 4, I know 6 plus 4 is 10, and then I could add my zeros back in. Or good mathematician, I guess we should just do 600 plus 400, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. So we know that our answer is close to 1,000. Now both these estimates are close. I just had a lot easier time on this one. This one is easier to do in my head. So, you can see they're about 60 apart, and then we'd have to figure out what the actual answer to see how close we are. But both of these are pretty close together. I think I would do the easy one instead of this complicated one over here, but that's just me. All right, let's do a couple more. Oh, big numbers. I'm going to go easy this time. I could round to the nearest 100, or I could round to the nearest 1,000. I think I'm going to round to the nearest 1,000 because I want to go all about easy today. So 1,948, is that closer to 1,000 or 2,000? Hopefully you see that it is 2,000. And then this guy, 2,096, is it closer to 2,000 or 3,000? Well, again, I think it's closer to 2,000. Most of us can do 2 plus 2, so we know our answer is close to 4,000. It's not going to be exact, or maybe it is, who knows? But I know I can get close to my right answer. So we're estimating right now. It doesn't matter about the right answer. And then the last one, ooh, same thing. I think for me, I'm going to go easy here. I'm going to go to the nearest 1,000. So 2,040, I think that is closest to 2,000. And then if I want to round this other one to the nearest 2,000, ooh, 2,935. I think that's really close to 3,000. And then I'm just doing 3,000 plus 2,000 and count in my head. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. So I think a good estimate would be 5,000. Not the correct answer, but this is a way for us to get close to the correct answer. All right, hope this worked out. Let's do some in class and see how we do.